A lot of us go through life with the expectation that our lives should be free of stress. And I want you to release that expectation today because it's an unrealistic expectation in your life. See, most people view stress as something negative, as something that is very, very bad. But actually, the Bible teaches something opposite to this. And psychologists and psychiatrists also agree with what the Bible teaches. They may not acknowledge that, but their research proves it to be the fact that not all stress is bad. Some stress is good stress. Actually, psychologists have a term to describe it. They call it eustress, eustress versus distress. Eu means good. It's a prefix that symbolizes or speaks of something that is actually good. And so the Bible teaches us, and life experiences teaches us, that not all stress is bad. And we know this in the natural world. Let's take a look at a few examples of this just for a moment. Let's talk about this precious thing called a pearl. And this precious thing called a pearl is something that is generally formed in oysters, and it happens when an irritant finds its way into an oyster. It may be a little bit of sand, it might be a parasite, but something gets inside that oyster and it stresses the oyster. And the stress on the oyster causes that little organism to produce certain kind of secretions that begin to circle around the parasite or around the grain of sand or that little irritant, and it begins to secrete these various hormones and chemicals, and over time it forms this beautiful thing called a pearl. And so pearls would never be in our world without some stress. Next time you see an oyster, thank them, okay? Because they produce something, but it only happens out of stress.